car, and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now Carr. This is caught by Williams. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
A gain of 14. And the Raider first down.
Now,
ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch it. You're mine.
You got tight. You got tight right there. Check 31. Check 31. He's coming. Double up. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Back.
Watch that. Watch that. Watch that.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Good work,
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Monday, down. 180.
52. Go on. Come on, D.
Now Carr. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Let's go.
Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, they'll step aside. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Whip. Watch the whip. Check the backer. Check the backer. Check nickel.
Now Josh Jacobs, who won a national title with Alabama on this field. And a good burst there right from the start as he'll get this one out near the 35. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessary.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the 1st quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Carr. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Where's 52?
Go.
52's the mic.
From the gun, it's Carr. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
I don't care what game it is. Everyone's always looking for an early advantage, an early break, and they almost had one there. That should have been an interception. Nice catch. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds.
And offensively lucky to have that one back. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over this one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
Winston to Michelle on the screen. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Check. 61, matchbox, lights. Out. Snap.
They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 31.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37. 3rd down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
Here we go.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Wait.
Rotate. Spell.
Easy.
From the gun, Winston. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
SOS. Watch the twist.
Jameis now on first down.
Pick it up, G.
Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Ready. Blue ready.
56. Check 56.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Falcons 7. Raiders nothing.
Ready. Blue ready.
56. Right there. 56.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Let's go.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line. And that's where the return stops.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere, and got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. This will be Carr. Tyrell Williams. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The Raider first down, 17 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. It's complete to Williams. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On first down, Carr nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked.
Exit.
52 is the mic right here, over there, right? 52 is the mic.
To try again after the sack. Carr has got it to Williams. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
7:34.
Shotgun now for Carr. Unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Had to pass there. 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Keep it up. Go, Mike 50, Mike 50. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Ready. Blue lady.
Man, I got you. Man.
Green, triple C. Hey, Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50.
It's a party now.
Short.
It's a party now. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Green, triple C.
Hey, check. Mike 50, Mike 50. Quit talking about it and break it.
From the 31, Winston. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A first down throw for Winston. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
50.
Let's get the ball. Hey, 50. 50's the mic. 50's the mic.
Winston. And he will find Williams. That's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Derrick Henry. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken the knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, it's caught. Josh Doxson's got it complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
185.
From the gun. Carr looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing again on second down. Carr, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, it's Carr. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Carr going to throw. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
Jim. He's checking.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if. A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Not today.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. It was the free safety, LaMarcus Joyner, that time, able to make the play.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Wait. 56 is the mic. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
The 2nd down throw for Winston. And this one complete to Smith. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. 56. Off. 56, right there. 56.
They'll throw again. Winston. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Breanne Bonnie Calhoun. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Alert 3. Shift.
So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count and a 5-yard penalty ensues. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Check 9, check 9.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
We ain't giving up nothing. Heavy. Shoot. Watch the shoot.
Hatchet.
Put that down. Twist.
Show it.
49, check 49, check 49.
Chef.
Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Intended for Tyrell Williams. Incomplete. It's 3rd down and 5 yards to go.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass.
Check. Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Turn it up. Check 24.
Watch it. Easy. Kill.
Check 52. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
General West.
Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check 24.
Loose right feet.
Safety creek. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check.
Check.
This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
We got this.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Hey, Raider 2. Hey, Wahoo.
Check 13.
Now Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
I'm going to run you up. Yo, Chief. Check 4.
Switch.
29.
Operating from the gun. Carr got a man Pass complete. Williams. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Carr now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down.
Check. Check 99. Check 99.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Carr now to throw. Launch a screen pass. That's complete. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Let's go, defense. Here we go.
Carr on the give. It's Washington. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Quick edge. Go. Wide. Get one. He's coming. We got double up.
Now Carr.
Check three.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this early down to the 5. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
Alert 3. Rush in. Check 43.
Running for it, Smallwood. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Wendell Smallwood. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams, and there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jameis to throw it. This one caught by Ridley. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Jameis now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Hey, they're scared. Hey, Mike's 50.
From the gun, Winston. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Slam, slam. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no. Kill, kill, kill. Check, check. Fresno, Fresno.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, hey, watch this, watch this. You got Trey.
It's Williams on the catch. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 60 yards.
Now, 280. Later one.
Check 31, check 31. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Back, back, back. Watch this, watch this.
Now Carr. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? This face is not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And a nice pick up there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Josh Doxson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
We play to win. Let's go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it first and 10.
Check the backer.
5-0.
Check.
Wahoo.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34.
Let's go.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. Jameis again. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd down and 5.
4 receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5.
Pick up the ball. Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. I got one. Mike's 50.
To the air again with Winston. Completes it to Davis. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Atlanta. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Safety's creeping.
Check.
From the gun, they run with Michel. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Sony Michel, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are you going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
93. 52's the mic.
From the 29, caught. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS.
On 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
6:37.
Hey, Foxtrot.
To throw again. Carr will find his tight end. That's Waller. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
To throw is Carr. Got his man. It's Williams. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down.
Kill.
Carr going to go on fourth down. And that is incomplete. The veteran Stephon Gilmore able to break that one up. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied fourth quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of the time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game fourth quarter makes this thing a little bit more interesting.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey, 4 down. Easy. I got you, punk. Mike's 50.
Working out again, Winston. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
Ready. Black, here we go. Alert flare. Switch. Check three.
Undercrunch. Flip it.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That's good for 28 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
A first down carry for Henry. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Ready. 56, right there. 56. I'm here all day. Check 26. Shift.
Green, triple C.
On 2nd and 12, Winston. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Ready.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Easy. Green, triple C.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
50, Mike 50, huh? Coming.
From the shotgun, it's Winston.
I got you, boy.
They're going to be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on that last drive, wait for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. He's got it to Williams. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Jam. He's checking.
On first, here's Washington. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop.
Yeah, baby.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth.
I know you felt that one.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's back to throw. He's going to let it a crusher there as it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Falcons take over first and 10.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. Henry. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10.
Here we go. Check three.
This is Henry. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Mike 56. Mike 56. I'm coming after you. 56 to Mike, boy.
Now Winston. Pass to his running back, Sony Michel. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Ready? Blue lady.
56, right there. 56.
I got you, boy.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop him with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't he?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now they've got just barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Jump right down.
One final try now for Carr. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Atlanta, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Oakland, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.